Hey guys, happy Halloween. We are so close to Halloween. This one is another great one. It's about zombie crimes. Stay tuned.
I tell you, when I wake up in the morning, I pretty much look like a zombie. Anyhow, coming up next.
So, Agent Owens, what case are we covering today?
Today for the Halloween season we are going to talk about zombie crimes.
I'm not feeling well. Think I'm turning into a zombie.
What?
Well, at least you didn't go, oh. I know you're not dressed as a zombie. What are you dressed like? You pimping me out?
Yeah. Go over there and get my stuff for me. What did I say?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going as Ed with a Halloween hat. Hi, everybody. Speaking of which, we're welcoming you here to Studio 70.
Yes, it's your girl, Chirac.
Chirac Diddy. I don't know this. And I'm Ed.
Pimp Chirac.
Pimp Chirac. Whoa. Yeah, and I'm just Ed. Anyhow, I'm going to way off track. We are Studio 70. That was Crime Force, AI investigation team. AI created. Also use AI tools to bring the information to us in a very informative way. And before we get into zombie crimes.
Yes, this is for education, entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and always be kind to everyone.
Everywhere. So today, as I mentioned, we're going to get into zombie crimes. I think we did vampire crimes early in the Halloween, because I think people were surprised that there was actually crimes tied to supposedly vampires or vampire type activity.
Right.
Let's see. And we did the Haitian zombie too. If you guys remembered, we did that case as well.
If you haven't watched that, go back and watch it.
Go back and watch
That's
that.
A good one.
I think I'm going to tie that to the end of this one. However, now we're going to talk about a lot more zombie cases. And our crime force, yeah, I can talk. Crime force are going to start off with what are zombies? Because people have a different definition. So let's start off with that.
Yeah, they do.
The definition of a zombie varies depending on the context, whether it's rooted in folklore, horror fiction, or popular culture. Here are some key aspects. First, let's talk about the folklore and traditional definition. Origin: the term zombie originates from Haitian voodoo, where a zombie is a dead body reanimated through magical practices, often controlled by a sorcerer. Characteristics: in folklore, zombies are typically depicted as corpses brought back to life without free will, often used for labor or other tasks.
That's what I thought.
Modern media and popular culture. Reanimation: zombies are commonly portrayed as reanimated corpses or infected individuals who have lost their cognitive functions. Infection: modern depictions often involve a contagious element, such as a virus or bite, leading to a zombie apocalypse. Behavior: zombies are typically shown as slow-moving, driven by a desire for human flesh, and lacking in intelligence or self-awareness. Variations: the genre has evolved to include various types of zombies, such as fast-moving zombies or those with retained cognitive abilities, subverting traditional traits. 12. And informal usage. Metaphorical: the term zombie can also be used informally to describe someone who appears lifeless or apathetic.
Interesting. Yep. So that, I think that kind of covered it all.
Yeah.
So it gives you a baseline as to zombies. Of course, they're associated with being slow moving, but we know like movies like 28 Days Later and all that, sometimes the zombie-ish people are very fast. So, interesting.
I want to know, can you be a zombie and then you could come back of not being a zombie? Because sometimes, when you get up in the morning, you look like you're a zombie when you get up.
They look like you're a zombie. And actually, there's people in California, other areas, those certain types of drugs that make people act like a zombie. So, really interesting stuff. Hopefully, there will never be a really true infection of this, because that would be awful. So, we're going to cover, or I should say Crime Force is going to cover, the Miami zombie case. Let's hear what this is all about.
The Miami zombie case, Rudy Eugene. Date: May 26, 2012 in Miami, Florida.
2012, wow.
What happened? Rudy Eugene, a 31-year-old man, attacked a homeless man named Ronald Popo on the MacArthur Causeway in broad daylight. Eugene was found naked, growling, and biting off large portions of Popo's face. When police arrived, they ordered Eugene to stop, but he continued the attack. Eventually, police shot and killed him. Zombie connection. The case was nicknamed the Miami Zombie because of the gruesome nature of the attack, with Eugene's animalistic behavior and the flesh-eating angle sparking media speculation of a zombie-like outbreak. Initial reports suggested Eugene was under the influence of bath salts, a synthetic drug linked to aggressive, psychotic behavior. However, toxicology reports later revealed only marijuana in his system, no bath salts or other drugs that could explain his extreme violence.
Interesting.
Theories and aftermath. The lack of a clear explanation for Eugene's behavior fueled conspiracy theories and urban legends about a zombie apocalypse. Popo survived the attack, though he was left severely disfigured, losing most of his
Yikes, look at
face.
that.
That's disgusting.
Wow.
The zombie
All right, let's
hunter
pause
case.
there real quick. So that was a fast one, but that's kind of scary. If you come, like, imagine if you're an officer coming across that and seeing that, you would think for a moment you are in a movie. You're in a zombie movie, seeing that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what caused it? I didn't know what, probably mental illness, and they said only marijuana, but you don't know.
Marijuana don't
Then,
do that.
yeah,
No,
like, hey,
everybody's doing marijuana.
Come on,
It's legal
zombie
now.
man, let's hang out. Right, Diddy? Right, Shrock Diddy, whatever, Shard Diddy, whatever.
No.
Anyhow, yeah. So we got another one. I don't know how many we have, but we have another one called the Zombie Hunter case. Let's hear what this one's all about. Zombie Hunter. So it looks like it's a different twist.
The Zombie Hunter Case, Brian Patrick Miller. Date: murders occurred in the 1990s, arrest in 2015 in Phoenix, Arizona. What happened? Brian Patrick Miller, a seemingly ordinary man known for dressing up as a zombie hunter at local events, was arrested in 2015 for the brutal murders of two women in the early 1990s.
Whoa.
The victims, Angela Brasso, 1992, and Melanie Bernas, 1993, were attacked, murdered, and dismembered near the Arizona Canal. Angela Brasso, age 22, she went missing while riding her bike in November 1992. Her decapitated body was later found near a bike path. Her head was found 11 days later in a canal.
What?
Oh my
Melanie
goodness.
Bernas, age 17, less than a year later, Melanie disappeared while cycling. Her body was found floating in the canal, showing signs of a violent attack. The zombie hunter persona. Miller was known in Phoenix for attending comic conventions and steampunk events dressed as a zombie hunter, complete with a customized police-style car labeled Zombie Hunter. He was a socially awkward man but did not raise major suspicions until DNA evidence from the crime scenes linked him to the murders in 2015. The arrest and conviction. Investigators used advanced DNA analysis to link him to the crimes, arresting him over 20 years later.
Whoa.
In 2023,
20
he was
years.
convicted and sentenced to death.
2020?
The zombie angle. While Miller never literally ate flesh like in zombie fiction, his gruesome killings, eerie public persona, and love for post-apocalyptic horror themes led the media to dub him the zombie hunter killer. His case remains one of the most bizarre intersections of crime and horror culture.
All right, so that wasn't like the first one where it was very like the killings were zombie-like, but because he was so fascinated with the zombies, I wonder why he killed these women. Maybe it was because, wanting them and they didn't want him, or who knows. But it was very gruesome. Not where it's flesh eating, but dismemberment is.
Yeah, exactly. Like having a dismemberment body.
Yeah.
That is disgusting. It's just horrible. I mean, I just don't know. Of course, don't know what go through their mind, but definitely mental illness, drugs.
Definitely gotta be mental illness.
That's why I said stay off of the drugs.
And what we did, it looks like we're going to add in the Haitian zombie. We have a full episode, so if you want to see the full to get the complete story, because this is only going to be a summarized version, I'll try to put a link at the end so you can watch the whole thing. But this is one of the more popular, or if not the more popular, or the popular zombie case. So check this one out. This is just a summarized version.
The case of Clairvius Narcisse is one of the most famous zombie cases in history. It remains a mysterious and controversial story that blurs the lines between folklore, science, and the supernatural. Narcisse's alleged transformation into a zombie in Haiti in 1962 has intrigued researchers for decades and was even studied by scientists. Clairvius Narcisse, the man who died and came back. On April 30, 1962, Clairvius Narcisse, a 40-year-old Haitian man, checked into Albert Schweitzer Hospital in Des Chapelles, Haiti. He was suffering from fever, body aches, and difficulty breathing. His condition worsened, and doctors noted symptoms of hypotension, low blood pressure, and respiratory failure. After 2 days of treatment, he was declared dead by 2 doctors, with his sister Angelina Narcisse signing his death certificate. His body was placed in cold storage at the hospital before being buried in a traditional Haitian funeral in front of witnesses. Now at this point you would think this is the end of the story. We'll think again. 18 years later, in 1980, a man claiming to be Clairvius Narcisse approached his sister, Angelina, in the village of Lestier, Haiti.
Oh my goodness.
The man had detailed personal knowledge about their family, including childhood memories and family secrets. He claimed that he had been buried alive and turned into a zombie by a voodoo sorcerer, Bacher.
Abduction and enslavement. Narcisse said that after being declared dead, he had been paralyzed but fully conscious, trapped inside his own body. He remembered feeling dirt being thrown on his coffin, but he was unable to move or scream. That night, his body was dug up by a Bacher, voodoo sorcerer, and a group of men. He was beaten, restrained, and forced to drink a strange liquid, which allegedly kept him in a zombie-like state. The Bacher enslaved him on a remote sugar plantation, where he and other zombies were forced to work under brutal conditions.
I thought he was paralyzed.
He claimed that he remained in captivity until his Bacher master died in 1980, breaking the spell and allowing him to regain his senses. Now let's turn to the scientific investigation of this case. In the 1980s, ethnobotanist and anthropologist Wade Davis traveled to Haiti to investigate the case. His research was later published in his books, including The Serpent and the Rainbow, 1985, which inspired a 1988 horror movie of the same name. Davis's theory of tetrodotoxin poisoning. Davis theorized that Narcisse had been poisoned with tetrodotoxin, a powerful neurotoxin found in pufferfish, fugu. This toxin can mimic death by slowing the body's functions to near undetectable levels. Victims appear dead but remain conscious, making it possible for them to be buried alive and later exhumed. The poison is often mixed with hallucinogenic plants like datura, zombie cucumber, to create confusion and suggestibility.
There you go.
Skepticism and criticism. Some scientists doubt Davis's findings, arguing that the tetrodotoxin levels found in Haitian zombie powder were too low to be effective. Others believe psychological and cultural factors played a bigger role, suggesting that social conditioning and belief in voodoo magic could have caused Narcisse to accept his fate as a zombie.
Yep, a lot of that going around in Haiti.
So, thank you, Crime Force. We appreciate you guys for those 3 zombie-related cases. Again, guys, if you want to see, there's one more section. Okay, my mouse is acting up. If there's one more section as a add-on to that story, so if you want to see it in completeness, go check out the Haitian Zombie 1962.
Yeah.
So that one is, like I said, it's probably the most famous one because, there's been many cases like that where people have been like so-called dead, but then come back and get drugged or mentally, taken over where they believe that they are a zombie, etc.
Exactly. Even the doctors, they have medication when you actually have surgery, you go under, and, your heart stop beating too. It's interesting. It's amazing how they do that. And then they get your heart stop beating, and then it start beating again after all of the surgery is done. So there's definitely out there, and definitely when you talk about the Haiti and the Haitians, they known for that. I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, and that's all the voodoo stuff. And I think Crime Force picked 3 good topics because we had one that somebody who acted like a zombie. We had one where it was the opposite. It was so-called a person that really got ingrained in the whole zombie culture and kind of acted really awful and murdered people with Zombie Hunter. And then you had somebody who traditionally, what would follow the traditional, what we think of as zombie, the most popular case. Of course, there's probably other ones linked to drugs. I think when we're doing the investigation part with Crime Force, there's other cases. So we could have went on and on. There's more other ones, but
exactly.
I think we'll have to do other ones down the road.
And a lot of this, when she talked about the definition, some people, I mean, there's different definitions, like she said, but sometimes people can say zombie. So it depends, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not really a zombie. It's really, that person is just drugged, that person is insane. Some people say different words.
Right.
But, it's just...
But there's definitely other cases. Tell us in the comments if you want to hear more zombie ones. We can definitely do that. Or vampire ones or werewolf ones or... Excuse me, you'd be surprised.
No more Bigfoot, though.
I know there's been so-called attacks. Let's get into aliens now. Let us know if you want alien ones. But anyhow, I don't know about alien murders, but anyhow, maybe crimes. But we'll see. Probably the other way around of falsifying that stuff. But guys, please be careful tomorrow going out for Halloween. If you have kids, bring flashlights. Just take all the necessary precautions. Check your candy. We did that one last year on that infamous one where the pins in the candy. Of course, it was to their own family. It's a long story. But still, you want to check your candy because nowadays you just don't know. It's a good idea. Just take all the necessary precautions and just enjoy and be safe. Thank you so much. Please come on back on November. We got a whole bunch of other cases. We still got some creepy ones left for you this year. So you definitely want to check those out.
Yes. Just want to say thank you for watching, and we appreciate your Studio 7-0.
Studio
and happy
7-0.
Halloween.
Yes. Whoa! Did I scare you?